What is up, everybody? Can you hear us okay? Sorry about the late start.
Wouldn't be a practically reality podcast without some technical difficulties. How do I turn this down and off?
Sweet. We made it. We did it, though.
We got it.
Welcome to
We're fine.
episode 9.
We have done something consistently for 9-ish weeks.
We skipped one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's more like us.
Yeah. We're getting there. We're figuring it out, man.
We'll get it someday. Oh, welcome back, everybody, to the Practically Reality Podcast. I am Garett the Gamer. That's how some of you guys know me. I feel like mostly people know me as Breadbox now, so I don't even know why I bother. And I'm joined, as always, by my good buddy Declan, the master
What's up,
of
guys?
XR.
I wish.
We are here to talk about video game wins, losses, and do some tier lists. So,
Yes.
got some fun stuff planned for today. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
It's been a slower week, I would say, this week in a lot of different senses.
Actually, like gaming news, because the Garett the Gamer channel is mostly gaming news, and there hasn't been super interesting stuff to talk about lately.
No.
Like even on my channel, so I've been having to do a lot more like skit videos and stuff. But obviously, like the holidays are coming up, so it's always fun. I just made a video yesterday about like gift ideas. So if you guys need some gift ideas for the holiday season, I just made a big video on it. Go check it out. It's lots of fun. But no, not like a ton of gaming news.
I know. I feel like people are like gearing for the holidays, so they're kind of waiting. It's like if you released anything now or did anything now, it'd just be awkward, like bad timing. So.
Yeah, like it's so hard to compete advertising wise during like the holidays because all the giants are just putting so much into it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. Good stuff though these holidays, like Cyber Monday deals and stuff for gaming. Always fun.
Yeah. It's a great time to be broke.
No comment, but Merry Halloween, says Terrio from Twitch. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome.
We got chat. Can you guys see the chat now? It's beautiful.
Yeah, they should be able to. We're trying to get this figured out. We're using a new software other than just OBS. So we're playing around with a lot of new design stuff. Hopefully you guys are noticing it. Hopefully it's improving the quality of the stream a little bit.
This is all Declan, guys, so be sure to give him a nice hearty yarhar for all his work.
It's easy to do this kind of stuff when you're not employed. Woo!
Welcome back to the Unemployed Reality Podcast, where we play games and talk about games. I ever told you that my grandparents think my job is not a real job.
It's grandparents.
Well, it's just funny because like they are like my grandpa was a doctor, right?
Yeah.
And so when I started telling him about like computers and how I could work from home and stuff, he was just like, "What? That's not a real job. You can't work from home. You got to go to the." It was just like all those classical things. I was like, "No, Grandpa, no. Welcome to the modern age. We don't have to go to the office anymore."
Did you call him a boomer?
No, that would have got me tossed out of the inheritance, man. I need that.
Yeah. I definitely am excited for inheritance one day too. Just kidding. Just kidding. There's like 50 of us, so it's not going to be a very good split.
You're gonna get a nice shiny penny.
Yep.
Just family heirloom.
I love my grandparents. They're great.
I love my grandparents too. They're great, but it is funny. Like speaking of like old people and technology, there's just some funny things about. It's interesting to see the people who like some people totally adopted the technology, jumped on it real quick, and other people are just like, nah, I will use an AM radio until the day I die.
For sure.
Like such an interesting to see. Like why did some people adopt it and some people not?
My grandpa had, he had a way to connect your iPods to the house like super early on. So like he was always super involved. I mean, I don't know if you remember the iPod colors.
Oh yeah,
the little touch screen or not?
Yeah, and the little circle dial thing.
Yeah. He gave me that. That was my first iPod. So he was like up to date with everything, trying to connect everything to the house. He was the first person I ever knew that had a universal remote.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Was he
So-
tech? Did he like work in tech?
No, he's a car dealer.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Huh.
he's always tried to stay up to date. So they had like a PlayStation before I knew anybody else. I remember the year that the PlayStation 3 came out, there was a shortage, right?
Yeah.
There always are. PlayStation
How
just
it goes.
but he got like 6 PlayStation 3s.
Wow.
Easy. And he kept one and then he gave away the other 5s at like a company thing, but
Dang.
yeah, it was pretty dope. He had a PlayStation 3 and Rock Band when I was growing up.
No way.
Ton of fun.
That's goated. See, it's funny. It's funny you say that because like my grandparents too, like they are actually the first people who bought like game consoles. Like one of the first
Yeah.
game consoles I ever played on was one day I was living with my grandparents at the time because my parents were like in between houses, so we're living with my grandparents, and just my grandparents one day come home with an Xbox, the original Xbox,
That's
and a
dope.
GameCube, and all these games. And like me and my little brother are just like, what is this? And you know, the rest is history. I'm now an addicted gamer and play it full time.
That was the stop bothering me gift, right? Go to grandparents' house and
Go to grandparents' house.
shut up.
Sit in the
Go do
basement.
something else. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's where it all started though. Freaking me and my brother put so many hours into that thing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Mine was my uncles gave me the original Game Boy. So I had the little gray one
Yeah.
with the green screen that had like 4 different shades of green and
Oh,
Pokemon
yes.
Yellow. That
Oh,
was
that's
the,
like the OG.
yeah, with
There you
Pikachu following you
go.
around everywhere.
There you go.
I had that and a Sega handheld.
Yo.
Yep.
That's
pretty dope.
crazy. That's
It was
crazy.
fun.
Oh, good old games. Good old starts. Good old origin stories.
Speaking of video games,
That's all we speak about.
the great segue.
Segue points. There we go.
This week we're gonna try something new, right? We're trying to figure out segments. Like I don't know if you guys listen to podcasts a lot, but most of the time they have some sort of like every week they do something specific. They'll have like different, I guess, sections of the podcast. This week we're gonna do gaming wins and gaming losses. So I think I'm gonna start out with a gaming win this week. Arcane Season 2, Chapter 1 came out, dude.
Oh, it looks so good. I haven't watched it yet, but the clips
I
are
woke
just
up and
everywhere.
binge watched it. I don't know. Do any of you guys
What did they do?
watch
First
TV shows?
3 episodes? How many?
Yeah. It's a 9-episode season.
Okay.
And then next Saturday, so this upcoming Saturday, part 2 will come out, and that'll be 3 episodes. And then part 3 will come out on the following Saturday. So
Okay.
freaking General Milo in here is throwing shade. Always.
Always. General Milo keeping me honest.
But do
yeah.
any of you guys in chat, have you ever played League of Legends and have you ever watched Arcane?
So funny story about like League of Legends. You
Yeah.
know, I've never touched the thing.
Yeah.
I haven't touched that toxic vats. A waste. But I watched Arcane. I love Arcane, and I got really into like the lore of League of Legends, and it's fantastic.
It's so good.
Super good.
Yeah.
But I still have zero desire to play the game. So I don't know how they managed to do that, but here I am loving the lore, wanting to see way more stuff like freaking what they got going with Arcane. But anyway, I have zero desire to actually play the game that it comes from.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I mean, I've played League of Legends since 2012. So some of you guys might still have been babies at that time. But yeah, I mean, I love the game. Tons of fun. But it's a toxic game. Everything is super toxic. I only play a very casual game mode called ARAM. Everybody is in the one lane. Everybody just runs at each other and tries to kill each other. That's all I do. Eddie, we're talking about League of Legends. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't played the real game mode in a couple of years, honestly, and I only stay with it because of the lore. Like, I love the lore. I have all of the books. I have all the comic books. I have watched all the anime. I have a book about like the architecture in different regions of the planet. Like, I remember back in when I started playing, the lore was completely different. And then they decided to rework the whole thing, and ever since then it's just been amazing. So
They reworked the lore. Like, what do you mean? Like, there was like a story rewrite, or how did that go?
the entire world was rebuilt.
Interesting.
So the
And the
original
community
concept,
was chill with that? Like, they weren't upset about that?
it wasn't really a lore-based thing for a
Huh.
while. So I mean, it was just a video game, right? They kind of just threw it
Right.
together, and they kind of had the idea was you were a summoner, so you were a mage,
Okay.
and you were taking the best warriors throughout history to fight against each other, and you were controlling
Okay.
them. So that was the lore. That was all of it.
Okay.
None of them were really based in the same world. They were never really based like, I don't know, in like cohesive stories. They kind of had, each character had a backstory. But now they've built an entire world called Runeterra where everything exists and coexists. And I want to, I want to keep like building stuff in the world. My goal is to one day play a tabletop role-playing game in the League of Legends world. So like Dungeons and Dragons.
Do they have that, or is that like
No.
to be created?
They talked about making it. I want to try and make it if they don't, though. Like,
Interesting.
build specific classes and races and stuff based off of the Dungeons and Dragons or
So
the League of Legends world.
League of Legends is who's the company that owns it? Is that right? That's right. Games, right? Rito. Gosh. So Riot Games owns it because this is something that I've been thinking about a lot because like Sail VR has lore, right? But obviously we haven't made it like an essential part of the game yet.
Yeah.
But if we want to expand into other like parts of the Sail VR universe, the lore will become much, much more. So I'm gonna have to look more into like the whole lore redoing stuff that they did because that would be interesting to figure that out.
They basically just said, "Hey, everything that we had before is not canon. This is our canon world," and they just restarted. They didn't like try and build off of what they did before. They just kind of erased everything, redacted it all.
But I mean, considering it sounds like they didn't really have much to the previous world, it was just kind of like the basics. Whereas I feel like I've tried to start putting down the basics of what Sail VR lore is. So that's interesting. I'm gonna have to look more into that story before we talk about it more. But I do like Arcane is fantastic. I love exploring that world. It was such a good storyline. The first season, I haven't seen the new episodes, obviously, but I'm going to. Love the characters. Such great character design, which I feel like is just a tip to freaking Riot making iconic characters back and forth.
Well, and Fortiche is the animation studio that does it. It is so good.
Oh, that animation style that Arcane is. I don't know. Do you read it all? Do you read Brandon Sanderson?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so my dream is to have Brandon Sanderson animate his Cosmere using that animation style. Like, imagine Mistborn in that animation style. I think it would go so hard. Oh, but I don't know who knows what Mr. Sanderson's up to these days.
Making millions of dollars in his cave.
Writing books in his spare time. Dude disappears for a week and comes back with a full-length novel. It's crazy. Guy's my hero.
Chat, have any of you guys watched the Arcane at all? Let's see, Netflix is where it's at. So season 1 has been out for over a year. They announced it 5 years ago for season 1. Can you believe that? It was the 10-year anniversary of League of Legends, and they announced that they were working on an anime for League of Legends. But have any of you watched Arcane?
Just putting out a poll. Arcane.
Oh, sick.
I watched Arcane. Your knee. What's the? Get some votes in, guys. Come on, y'all. Bacon. Oh, thanks, Bacon Lord. Highly recommend it, guys. It is a fantastic series. I can't speak for the second season yet, but I'm imagining if it's got all the same elements that it had before, it'll be just as good. So
yeah, episode 1 kind of wraps up the story from the last season, and then episode 2 kind of escalates everything again. So
It's interesting because Brandon Sanderson also has a podcast, and
Okay.
they actually did a whole episode where they talked about Arcane.
Oh, really?
And they
I'll have to
pitched
watch that.
their idea for
Uh-huh.
where they wanted season 2 to go, and it was really fascinating. One of the guys who he does the podcast with, his name's Dan Wells.
Okay.
He's another author, but he's also like a big video game and tabletop guy. But he's now the VP of narrative at Dragonsteel Entertainment. And so him
cool.
and Brandon just sit around and talk, and they made a podcast out of it while he signs books. It's crazy. The dude
That's
just
awesome.
multitasks like crazy. Anyway, so he's obsessed with video games, and he's an author. And so them talking about their idea for season 2 for Arcane was so good. Like,
Yeah.
it was crazy. So highly recommend you guys go check it out. It's called the Intentionally Blank Podcast.
I'm gonna look
Super
it
good
up.
one. Lots of fun. It's fun listening to Mr. Sanderson tell his tales of fantasy woes.
I'm gonna follow it.
It's a
That
good
sounds
one.
dope.
Yeah, it looks like the majority of people have not seen it.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy. Dang.
It is man. That's one that if you like, I mean, it's an anime, I guess. It's like an adult cartoon more than I would say anime. It's not like a traditional anime style, but if you enjoy cartoons, definitely 10 out of 10 would recommend checking it out.
Yeah, it's definitely. I watched the whole thing about adult cartoons and how they're
Yeah.
making this like giant resurgence.
Oh, for sure.
And like, it's just funny to me that some people are against it because it's like, guys, these are awesome. You know,
Yeah.
like Rick and Morty, freaking Arcane. Like, what's some of the other ones? I don't know.
Freaking Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, that one is so goated, dude. That one's such a good one. There's actually an anime coming out of a book that I read as a kid that I'm so excited about. It's called Leviathan by Scott Westerfield. That looks fantastic. So
I'll have to check it out.
It's another good one.
What's another one? Critical Role. The
Critical Role.
Legends of Vox Machina. That was a good one.
What's the one that I've been listening to? Adventures of Evantris, I think is what it's called.
Evantris is so funny. I'm listening to the Witchlight Carnival. It's so good.
Freaking Chuckles the Clown, dude. It gets me every time.
I think I'm listening to the origin of Chuckles the Clown if you haven't listened to that campaign. Because he was in the campaign that I'm listening to. I think it's the Phalite Carnival.
Okay.
One of the characters gets cursed, and he can hear the voice of the person that he last killed.
Oh yeah, I've seen the animation of this.
Yeah. So he like accidentally just punched a clown at a carnival and killed him.
It's Chuckles.
Yeah, and it's Chuckles. So that's where the whole Chuckles the Clown character comes from.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. So great. Is it true that Christopher Nolan will adapt Sail into a movie? Oh my gosh, could you imagine? Christopher Nolan doing a pirate show. I just want to see that. I don't even care if it's Sail, dude. Like if he just were to do like freaking a pirate movie, I think that'd be super good. Scottish Lad has a question for you, which I actually also want to know the answer to. Where do you start in Adventures? I just watched the clips that show up on TikTok that they've animated, but like, where would you start if you had to get into that podcast?
If you go to their YouTube channel, that's where I always start is YouTube. Their playlists are organized by campaign.
Oh, nice.
So like each campaign is kind of a standalone story. They don't really build off of each other a ton, but let me show you. I don't know how familiar you guys are with D&D. I'm a huge nerd. A lot of what they play are from the source books. So this is a D&D source book.
Whoa.
So in D&D you have your character, or you have your like general rules book. Your dungeon master has a book, and then there's like a monster guide, are kind of the 3 base core rule books. And then they have these types of additive books, which are stories. So this is a story that takes you from level 1 to level 12. And then, inside of it is just like, this is a dungeon. Here's a map. This is like different stuff. It kind of gives you a storyline to follow. So what Evantris does is they take the core settings that Wizards of the Coast make, and they make their own campaigns inside of their world. So they do a little bit different than the actual Um, it's a little bit different than the actual Wizards of the Coast campaigns,
Interesting.
but yeah, I mean it's pretty fun. I really like what they do. I like homebrew stuff as well. I think Eddie was talking about homebrew stuff originally. Homebrew is kind of like where you make your own stuff. So the campaign I'm playing right now isn't set in a world that's made by Wizards of the Coast. It's made by somebody else. So my father-in-law made it up, and I can show you my character. I have my character's picture right here. Let me pull it up real fast. But yeah, it's his own world. We're using the same characters as you would have in any D&D campaign. We're using the same classes and races and stuff. He wasn't very specific on what races and classes he wanted to be allowed in the campaign.
Gotcha.
Sometimes DMs are a little bit more specific if they don't fit into the world very well. But yeah, this is my character.
What is that, Flubber?
Let me pull up the description of him.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna call this the Robin Williams Flubber.
So he is from the Spelljammer world. Spelljammer is a setting. It's a world that I don't think it's originally from D&D, but he is what is called a plasmoid. So that's his race.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, he's a single cell organism. Like a giant glob.
Very dapper single cell organism.
Well, so he has a hat. So he uses a hat to blend in with everybody when he's in the real world.
That's completely inconspicuous.
Well, let me show you what he looks like. It's called a hat of disguise. So essentially it helps him blend in with everything. And then when he's in the real world, this is what he looks like. Here's the guy.
Let's see it. Oh gosh.
So he wears his little fedora and he has his staff.
Bro could show up on the Wally ship, no problem. Just start riding around.
So this is him in his human form. I figured it was a good representation of his jelliness, but in a person. It reminds me of the guy from Mulan. Like, it doesn't matter what she looks like; it just matters what she cooks like.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's my D&D character. He's his backstory is he was in a well underneath the ground. So I've been watching a lot of modern, like abandoned building. Like
going urban exploration. That's
urban exploration.
Right, yeah, Stillwater.
Yeah, the Stillwater. That's where the idea came from. I also read recently that they dug into a well that had never been tapped into by humanity before. And when they got in there, the water was super dense. So like it's a combination of like that idea with the Stillwater. So this character is a single cell organism that they found in a well that humanity had never gone to before. And when oxygen hit the environment, it destroyed the ecosystem. So he's on a quest to basically find a new place where he can live.
So he's an eco-terrorist.
Yeah. And his class, he's a druid from Circle of the Spores.
Whatever that means.
So basically, druids like in D&D can change into different animals and stuff. But this one, he uses like mushrooms. So instead of changing into things, he uses mushrooms and uses toxic stuff as his abilities. So everything's based off of the like mushrooms and viruses, and basically he's like a giant E. coli, and that's his human form. He can shift into like a single cell organism form and all that good stuff. It's a lot of fun. I got one too. Get this.
Cheers.
You guys want to hack? This is the best sparkling water. Clear American.
Oh, are you doing sparkling water?
It's flavored.
Bruh.
It's so much better. Have you ever had ice?
Ice?
Yeah, they're like the thin bottles that are like flavored.
Oh, I thought you meant like ice, like the thing that you put in water to make it cold. Like,
no.
Yes, Declan, I've had ice before, my guy.
Clear American are the best ones.
Huh. I had ice when I was like a kid. I don't know. I hate like it's either got to be just like water straight out of the mountainside for me, or
it's pretty sweet.
Tastes
like soda.
Sparkling water should be banned from the stream. I concur. Oh man, oh that's sick. Did you see that? I was telling you about this earlier, but did you see that the new Dragon Ball Z game lost 90% of its players already?
Yeah, I figured that was going to be your fail for the week.
So do we want to do it that way? We're gonna give some wins and then give some losses.
Well, you can give whatever you want. I gave my win, so you give 1 win and 1 loss.
1 win and 1 loss. The loss that's about to happen is that my headphones are gonna die, so that's gonna be fun.
I just had to plug in my mouse.
Let's see if I can get this to reach. Nope,
we're professionals.
We're super professional. Let's see. My win for the week. Geez, what is this week's win for me? Yeah, Churchill definitely has the loudest keyboard in the entire world, General Milo. You're totally right.
Hopefully the stream's not freezing for anybody else.
What did it freeze on?
Eddie the second says the stream is freezing, but it might be just for them.
It says we've got good connection on both Twitch and YouTube.
Sick.
I did just start helping out another VR game.
Ooh.
So and it's public now, so I can talk about it.
Is it the one you ran on your channel?
No.
Okay.
So have you heard of the game Trombone Champ?
Yes.
So they are the Trombone Champ. The makers of Trombone Champ is a company called Holy Wow.
Okay.
And they teamed up with a company called Flat to VR Studios, which is a VR studio. And they are bringing Trombone Champ to virtual reality. And I am helping to market that on TikTok.
That's dope. That's a fantastic game for VR.
It is a lot of fun. Yeah. They gave me early access to it, obviously, so I can start pushing content about it. If you guys haven't followed it, please go follow the account on TikTok. It is called Trombone Champ VR. Go check it out. The game itself is called Trombone Champ Unflattened, which I think is kind of a cool name for it.
That's great.
But oh my gosh, dude, that is such a meme game, and they leaned into it 110%.
It's like Goat Simulator.
Oh my gosh, dude! So it's the best part about it is it supports custom songs. Right. So you can put whatever song you want in there, and it's freaking hilarious. So of course, the first song that I put into it was Rush E.
I thought you were going to say Smash Mouth.
No. I would have been a good one too. But Rush E is notorious as being one of the hardest songs in Beat Saber and stuff. So I just I was like, all right, let's try it in freaking Trombone Champ. Oh my gosh, dude, I cramped my forearm trying to freaking do it. Because you have to physically move the trombone and stuff and pull the trigger in time. And Rush E is 10 million notes coming at you as you're trying to do this. I was like, oh my Christmas, dude, this is insane. So yeah, anyway, I did that and I'm helping them out and I'm excited about it. It's a fun, rhythm games have always done really well in virtual reality. This is a fun take on one that exists outside of VR, which I love this studio, what they're trying to do. They're trying to just help games get into virtual reality by providing ports for them. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll be helping out with them up until their launch and then a little bit post-launch. And so yeah, Trombone Champ VR, that's kind of a big win. I'm excited for that one for them.
Chat, does anybody here play the trombone?
The real trombone?
Yeah, I'd be interested to know how when people can play it, how much more difficult the mechanics are for Trombone Champ than a real trombone.
Obviously, with a real trombone, you have to physically blow. Thank goodness they didn't put that into this VR game because that would have been twice as exhausting.
Yeah.
But do sale instruments count? No, they don't. They definitely do not. Anyway, so yeah, that's the big win for this week. Trombone Champ VR. It's a good one. It's also I feel like it's showing that VR is becoming more and more viable for more and more studios outside of the VR space, which I think is great for the sector in general. So yeah, we're excited for that one.
I've been trying to think of a fail, right? I would have to say my fail this week in the gaming world is more for a developer.
Okay.
I'm working on a project right now. So I talked about it a little bit last week. I'm recreating kind of the idea of Jump King, that game. General Milo, Self-Aid was not a fail. It was a success.
Still
without self-aid, you wouldn't have sale, right?
You would not. This is true.
Get wrecked, Milo. Yeah, so I've been trying to build a game like Jump King, except it uses those old golf games where the arrows go back and forth.
Yeah,
You have to like time it right, and then there's a power meter. So that's how I'm controlling the movement in the game that I'm making. But I am using so the engine I'm using doesn't have rotation as something that you can adjust.
Okay.
It only has quaternions. So using quaternions and not rotation is a fail. Yeah. For those of you guys who don't know what a quaternion is, it's super complicated. I had to watch like 4 hours of YouTube videos to even understand what it does. But essentially it makes a line somewhere in 3D space, and then it rotates the 3D model around a line that you make in 3D space. It's pretty dumb.
Why is that the preferred way? I'm assuming it's easier like on a processing level for it to calculate stuff some way. But
I don't freaking know. I'm trying to rotate around the Z-axis. That's it. I just want my arrow to go like this.
Which you think would be so easy. Like you should be able to set and rotate, but nah.
So in 3D space, you have an X coordinate, a Y coordinate, and a Z coordinate, right? When you're using quaternions, you have a W as well.
W.
So there are 5 coordinates that you have to set. I don't know what the fuss W is, but I can't just change the Z because it's using W as well. So I don't really know. I tried to figure out how to convert it. They use matrices instead of just like a normal conversion process. I tried watching YouTube video and I can't figure it out. So that is a huge fail because I could not continue with my project on like right now until I figure out how to convert quaternions to Euler angles.
And this is
Niantic.
Niantic. Huh.
Yeah.
See, like this is one of my big problems because like I feel like until recently Unity has had this problem.
Yeah.
And they actually fixed it recently or made it more easy, like from the user perspective.
Yeah.
Because this used to be the case in Unity as well. You had to think in like terms of quaternions, or you had to. There's like some crazy way. Like rotation is such a nightmare inside of game engines, and it's just like it shouldn't be. Like this is one of those. The reason it's so hard for us to understand is because it's like we look at it and it's like it should do this, but for whatever reason, the calculations and stuff that happen don't do that.
Yeah,
it makes it very, very hard.
So the way that a rotation works in 3D space, like you rotate on one axis and then you rotate on the other axis and then you rotate on the other axis.
Right. So like this would be Y rotation, this would be X rotation or Z rotation, and then like you can so it creates a 3-dimensional movement, right?
Yeah. What a quaternion does is it creates a line where the whole rotation is going to occur, and then it rotates around that line. So it's like a line that kind of takes in a vector as well. It's super confusing. Zachary, no, you don't need a PhD to be a game developer. You can be a silly goose and be a game developer like Garrett and I.
Trust me, if Declan and I can make games, you can make games. Like people don't realize that. Everyone's just like, "Oh, you must be so smart." It's like, nope.
Yeah,
I know how to Google real nice.
I'm working in a very, very like early access engine right now. That's why it's taking me a while to figure stuff out. So they're still trying to figure out how to build. It's like working in a game engine like Unity, but as they were building it instead of after it was released. So that's why I struggle, is because I'm working with developers right now to build a tool as well as develop inside of the tool.
Yeah, that makes it definitely major hard.
Yeah,
but yeah, dude. So Dragon Ball, my gaming loss of the week is Dragon Ball Sparking Zeros has lost 90% of its player count.
That's crazy.
And like now, you got to think about this for a second. That was a massively pre-ordered game, right?
Yeah.
And when it comes to like pre-orders and stuff, there's a lot of like some people at least buy the game, they'll download it, they'll try it, and then it's like maybe it's got some fixes or something that needs to have happen, and it falls off. But it is still considered like 90% is a huge number.
Yeah.
And this kind of brought up to me the whole idea of like, we've talked about this a lot, you know, like we keep saying like, oh, it'd be great if there was more like single player games and stuff, but it almost feels like live service games are kind of ruining these things.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because like a game like this one, obviously it's a combat game. If you guys haven't heard about it, it's a Dragon Ball Z combat game.
Yeah.
Similar to like Mortal Kombat. Is that a good
No,
comparison?
it's different. I have mixed feelings about the game anyway. It's like a weird 3D kind of fighting game where you can fly in the air, you can move like forwards and backwards, not just left and right. Like
they kind of
controls are
captured Dragon
super-
Ball Z combat
Yeah.
a little bit. Like I feel like that was cool.
It's not the first time that they've made a game like this. There are a lot of fighting games that are like this. There was a fighting game that was all based off of different anime characters that was like that as well. And then Dragon Ball Z has multiple fighting games that are like this as well. I think Garett lost his headset.
I can still hear you though.
But yeah, with this one, the thing that I saw, it looked like a lot of fun because there were a ton of characters. For the people that haven't seen it, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, look it up. It was a meme game. Essentially, everybody was super overpowered. So my two favorite videos on the game, I watch Mr. Fruit. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. And then the other one I watch is Video Game Donkey, and he does a video on it as well. They're both hilarious, but like there was zero balance.
They just marked one guy to the nether.
Yeah, it was like, no. Everybody was so strong.
But did that balance out by like
everybody's being strong?
Because if everybody's strong, no one's strong, like that kind of thing? Or did it not really work out? Was there like one player who's like the shiz?
I think there were just characters that were weak and everybody else was overpowered. So I don't know. It just looked like there were some people where you did like your master combo. And it would wipe out like 3 health bars. Everybody has like 4 health bars or something. I don't know. It's one of the types of games that I don't really love. And we have our gaming tier list we're going to talk about in a little bit. So we'll be able to put tiers on there. I'm going to not lie to you guys right now, though. I'm just not a huge fighting game fan. I've never really liked fighting games except for Soul Calibur. Not really my genre, but...
See, that's funny because I was super into Injustice.
Okay, Injustice is a good one.
I played... But I didn't actually play the console version. I played the mobile version. And I was like, I was so addicted to it. My wife hated that period because it was like right after we got married, it was like the one game I had on my phone.
Yeah.
And they had this really cool mechanic that I don't feel like I've seen. And it was really fun because it worked really well on mobile because it was like a passive mechanic, right?
Yeah.
Where basically you could put your fighters up on like as NPCs into basically the fighting ring, and they would earn XP and stuff for you while you weren't there because people would jump in and fight your NPCs, your team, and then you would you'd basically earn stuff as you went. I loved it. It was so much fun. So like I would jump in and you'd go online and you'd fight other people's stuff, and there was all these like you had to earn these, like there were these items that you could get and equip to your guys that you had to just grind for. I was so addicted to it, but it was a lot of fun. I loved it because it was like the DC heroes. I'm a huge DC fan, and so like I had fun like playing as all my heroes. Super cool character design for all of them. But like I ate the crap out of that. I could see myself getting into fighting games again.
Yeah,
on regular stuff, but I don't know. I might check this one out. Not sure.
It's a different kind of fighting game.
I told you about. Did I tell you about Clam? CLAM.
Yeah.
Okay, so I played it, right? I played it.
Yeah,
and I want to jump back into it.
Addicted?
Yeah, I'd like
FPSs aren't the only game genre, Garett.
For real. But we were saying how there needs to be some like VR rage games, and this is it, dude.
Well, I saw another one that looks awesome.
Which one
I've seen videos for it. It's a guy in a fruit basket, and he has crowbars, and that's
okay. So I played that one. It's not actually that difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried it. I bought the game. It's $6 or $7 or something like that. And I bought it and I tried it and I was like,
"This isn't bad."
Yeah, I don't know. Like I didn't super enjoy it, but for what it is, it's fine. It literally felt like the dude grabbed there's a package on Unity Asset Store called the oh my gosh, Hexabody VR
Okay.
asset. It's a physics body based system. I feel like he literally just bought that through crowbars on his hands and like designed out levels. But I don't know. I
respect
didn't.
it.
It's for what it is. It's pretty innovative. It's fun. It's kind of he's doing a good job with the marketing and stuff. Like I can respect it.
For
But
sure.
dude,
It's a
this
good
collab
basis.
game, my gosh, it is so much fun.
I'll
So
have to check it
addicting. I got so sweaty in stream. I played for like an hour and a half or 2 hours. And by the end of it, I was sopping with sweat.
out.
I was just sopping because it was so freaking hard. But like I've seen videos pop up of the spots where I kept getting stuck because
Yeah.
that's how it goes, right? Like
Yeah.
you get this spot, you get stuck, you'd fall off, and you start all the way over again. And I feel like that's what this crowbar climber game was missing, is it
Mhm.
wasn't really that reset mechanic.
Mhm.
Whereas this one had like a really good, like if you fell off, you fell
You
off,
fell.
and you
Did it
started
make you sick
all
when
the
you
way
fell?
back. No,
Okay.
I was telling my team this morning. I was like, I don't get sick in VR games except for my game hard drive. That game makes me so motion sick. I have no idea why.
That's funny.
I have to put on all the motion sickness settings, and it's my own game. I'm like, okay. But anyway, yeah, dude. So I really liked that clam game. It's like highly recommend it. It's super fun. It's just like a demo right now, but my
Yeah.
gosh, dude,
How did you get it on your Quest?
So I played it through Steam.
Okay, Steam.
Yeah.
So you're streaming.
I was just Steam linked up,
Cool.
which is another great free asset that has come to virtual reality recently.
Cool.
But yeah, so I like everyone's asking me like, oh, you should play Human Fall Flat on Friday, and I'm like, kind of want to go back to the clam.
So we posted about Human Fall Flat on our TikTok, and somebody commented and said it took them about 15 minutes to actually enjoy playing Human Fall Flat, but once they did, yeah, it was Spencer commented that. He said once he played it, he loved it. He said it was a lot of fun. It's just goofy.
Yeah,
Like,
it's supposed to be.
game.
It's supposed to be goofy. It's supposed to be like that.
It's for the goobers in the chat.
That's
we have a TikTok.
We do have a TikTok, guys.
Yeah.
Practically Reality Podcast on TikTok. So
something like that. Practically.
Link is in the bio of my YouTube stream if you don't go over there. But yeah, dude. So that's a lot of fun. I'm torn right now because there's a couple of other games that I want to stream. This is my problem, right? Like I didn't stream on Monday because I'm helping out with Trombone Champ. I needed a little extra time to get a couple of more posts done. Because right now I'm running 5 TikTok channels right now. Like 5 social medias. So it takes a little bit of time. So I didn't get a chance to stream on Monday, but like on Friday, I'm determined to play again, to get on stream. And have you heard of the game Veil?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Veil VR just went free to play.
Okay.
And their free to play lobby has a 1v1 mode.
Oh, cool.
And so I kind of want to jump in with chat and just like let anyone try to 1v1 me, see how that goes.
You can get wrecked.
Watch myself get wrecked, or I can prove that I actually deserve to be the FPS whore I am.
He's gonna destroy General Milo.
Oh yeah. So Veil went free to play. I want to help them out. I talked to those guys. I've met the lead devs in person. They're super innovative company. They built their multiplayer networking solution from the ground up to be like as instantaneous as possible. And you can tell, like when you play that game, it's arguably the best VR FPS out there.
Cool.
Just because it is like for like as far as like playing a competitive VR FPS, that one is the best. Like everything, like it's just great.
Yeah.
So I've been enjoying that. But
we do not dance on TikTok. Mostly right now, TikTok is highlights from this podcast. So
if funny you watch moments, the podcast, good floats.
Yeah, you'll get a lot of redone stuff there. We have other ideas for stuff. Again, it's just a time thing. So I kind of manage all of the podcast stuff right now. And once I have a little bit more time, I have a couple other things that I'm thinking about putting on there. Kind of like a preview for each episode. Xbox servers are down. That sounds like a gaming fail to me.
Typical.
How?
It happens.
How much money does Microsoft have?
Well, how much do they invest in like servers too? Like,
That's true,
let's be real. Literally, you can run a Windows server. That's probably what it's running on.
Eggs Benedict. Try it out. Just make a prototype of it. They said they have a groundbreaking, completely original idea for a game.
Build it.
Yeah, try it.
So this is the funniest thing. So when Declan and I were in college, we were like the experts on virtual reality and augmented reality. And we literally had like professors and people come to us all the time asking for advice on different projects and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the
Not just try
thing,
it out.
yeah, the thing that like always pissed me off is everyone would come to me and be like, okay, how about you build it and I'll manage the business side of things. I was like, why would I do that? Like, why would I build your idea when I have my
Yeah.
own stuff I'm trying to build, you know? So like I would tell people, I was like, you can do it. Like I'm only like 6 months into knowing how to do this. Like, go for it. Because the big thing, everyone always asks me that. There's like, oh, I want to be a game designer. What do I do? And I say, learn how to code and build games yourself.
Yeah.
Because like, unless you can actually build the stuff that you want to build, like no one's gonna do it for you unless you're stupid rich. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
you got to do it yourself.
Pay me enough money, I will.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, oh man. So everyone's always like, oh, you should build this game, and it's like, sorry, dude. Like you got to build it yourself, and like you should, because like no one's gonna think it's like a worthwhile idea until you prove it's a worthwhile idea.
For sure.
So like
100%.
not to be like demotivational or anything, but like the motivation is like no one's gonna do it for you. Go do it. Prove the world wrong. That's what
I mean. That's one of the things that
did.
I'm running into right now. Right, I have a lot of like things that I want to build, and like it's hard for me to sit down and build it myself sometimes. I have a lot of fun ideas of things that I think would be dope, but it's hard to like sit down and build your own things sometimes. Sometimes you need a little extra motivation. But Eggs Benedict, do it. Try it out. If you can build it, then try it. If you don't know how to program, try something like Scratch to build out a small prototype of it.
Yeah. Like I love when people message me and say, "Hey, try out my game," and I typically will go try out their game because I love hearing people trying stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And I love supporting guys like me who tried and are just doing their best, you know. But like, don't be the guy who's like, "Hey, do it for me." Be the person who does it themselves, guys. Come on.
I love one of my favorites. They use it for everything. The Game Jam website. Do you remember what it's called? Where everybody does like their game jams. You upload it on there.
GameJam.com?
No. Let me find it real fast. Itch.io.
Oh,
like I love just getting on Itch and playing tons of different mini games and things that people have made on Itch. If you guys want free video games,
Itch.io.
Go to itch.io and just play. And they're almost all free. Try them out.
There's some good ones on there too.
There are so many video games in the world. People make stuff all the time, and just a lot of them never see the light of day. So
it's true.
Try out prototypes on itch.io. Go to past game jams and play game jam video games. Like if you want just a couple minutes of cool free gaming, itch.io, itch.io. Go try it out. It's where developers upload a lot of prototypes.
Yep. We had that's where we hosted a prototype of Sail for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great spot. But yeah.
Well, let's jump into our tier list.
What are we tier listing today?
Game genres. We have a controversial one.
Ooh. Oh boy.
Garrett's going to give everything B tiers except for FPS.
FPS is S tier and everything else can suck it.
Let me find it real fast.
Oh man. Do I even know what game genres are? Oh,
that's what I kind of did a little cheat sheet before this.
Okay. So you're going to have to explain like half of it to me because my coconut brain is like, is FPS? No, me no like.
Coconut brain. Here it is, Unga Bunga.
Unga Bunga.
Let me minimize this a little bit.
Get rid of that ad.
There we go. I don't know how to get rid of the ads. I'm not going to lie to you.
Adblocker.io.
Well.
It's going to be interesting to see what ads Declan gets, guys. You're going to get a little bit of the data.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun.
You want Jesus.
You want Jesus.
Jeez Louise, dude. I hate ads so much. It's this website, too. This website sucks. All right, so we have TF2. Okay, Team Fortress 2. We have 2.5D platformer.
The fuss is that?
So I guess a 2.5D. What the fuss?
2.5D platform. Oh, it's like 3D platform. This is like Bet It Foddy's getting over it. Yeah?
No. Yeah, I guess a 2.5D platformer is a 2D platformer using 3D assets.
Okay.
So sometimes, like in this image here, it's the Kirby game. Sometimes they have a little bit of a Z movement, so like forward and backward movement in them, but it's mostly left to right movement. I'm making a 2.5D platformer right now. I would say it's essentially just a 2D platformer though,
Okay.
in 3D space.
So is like Legends of Zelda, like the old ones, considered 2.5D?
So a good example I would say of a 2.5D platformer is they had the Mario 3D World.
Mario 3D World.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just asked ChatGPT and it says Little Big Planet,
Okay.
Donkey
one.
Kong Country Returns.
Yeah.
I think I played that one on my Game Boy. Sonic Generations, Yoshi's Crafted World, New Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, so it's like
Okay.
3D assets, but in a 2D left and right movement.
Okay. Am I tier listing this on like its impact on like gaming, or am I tier listing this on how likely I am to play it?
What do you guys think, chat? We should take a little bit of input on this. I was gonna say how good of a genre it is. Like if you were to sit down and play a video game for a while.
See, like I have no context. I don't think I've ever played any of these games except for one.
Okay.
So I'm like, I feel like we should do it on like how likely am I to like pick up that genre? Maybe I'll discover a new genre today.
3 big booms. So a meh. That's what
Meh.
General Milo said.
Meh, meh.
I like 2D.5D platformers. I think it's kind of a weird thing. I can probably go a meh personally because I feel like 2D is essentially what it is, but 2D I guess is more iconic.
I give it never played, never intend to play.
Never played. Chat, we got to get Garrett playing other genres of video games.
If you guys can manage that. The problem is I got so many. Dude, there's this FPS game.
Jiggle physics. I think you get some good jiggle physics in 2.5D.
Yeah, you start getting to the deep parts of Steam, you'll find some 2.5D jiggle physics games. Trust me.
Garrett looks all the time.
No. Anyway, next.
All right, 2D platformer. So this one is like your original Mario, the original Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, these are classics. I feel like they're super impactful in the industry because like there was obviously way easier to do 2-dimensional graphics before it was easy to do 3-dimensional graphics.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cool stuff there. So I can put this in like a go-to.
Go-to?
Just out of respect of what it did for the industry.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Now 3D platformer. This is where things get a lot of
This
fun.
This is like Uncharted and stuff like that, right?
No, that's an adventure game, I would say. Because Uncharted, your platforming isn't like your main mechanic.
Okay, so is that what defines it as being a main? It has to be the main mechanic of this.
Yeah. So the best example is just a picture: Super Mario 64.
Okay.
Like, I love Super Mario 64.
I feel like it was Super Mario Galaxy. Would that be considered a 3D platformer?
Yeah. All of those 3D Mario games are
okay,
3D
like Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can give these pretty high marks. I played the crap out of Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, Super Mario Sunshine.
Super Mario Sunshine. I can put this into like, I can put this at very least a go-to, perhaps favorite. I can.
We also just
had high
had
marks for it.
The Robo whatever that came out.
Astrobot.
Yeah, Astrobot. That's a 3D platformer as well.
I personally don't play these games much, and I like my likelihood to play them more is very, very low. I don't know. Is that would 3D platformer, that new game chained together, would that be considered 3D platforming?
Yeah. That would be a 3D platformer.
That one I would maybe consider playing. Have you ever played
Pico Park? A Rage 3D platformer. Played what?
Pico Park.
I've never even heard of that. No.
I think it's a 2D platformer, but it's a multiplayer cooperative 2D platformer. Lots of fun. Had fun with that one. I played that one.
It's like what's the one about the couple that's getting divorced? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Super
That's a
unique
3D
playstyle.
platformer as
I
well.
played that
Yeah.
one a little bit.
All right, let's jump on the next one. I
Yeah.
put it in mainstay. I feel like that just is a classic genre. You know,
It's a classic. I don't know. I need to build my own tier list on this and be like, how likely am I to play this? 0.
4X. I have no idea what
4X.
4X is. No idea. Never played.
What is the 4X genre?
Chat, what do you guys think about 3D platformers while we're waiting?
It Takes Two. Thank you, Psycho Tank.
There we go.
197. Okay, a 4X game, popular in strategy games, are focused on the four gameplay element pillars of explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate. Ooh. Okay.
Is it
So
like
Civilization, Stellaris, Master of Orion, Endless Legend, Endless Space, Total War, Age of Wonders.
So that's
So it's like Civilization games, Civ games.
Okay.
I
you like those?
Hang on. Okay. Is Halo Wars considered this? Because I really liked Halo. I actually do like resource management games. I don't know if that's another genre, but
yeah, that's real-time strategy.
RTS. I'm asking ChatGPT if Halo Wars would be considered 4X. No, it's considered yeah. Okay. Well, maybe not then. I don't know. Never played.
Never played. That's
Moving on.
Action adventure. So like Legend of Zelda.
Which one?
Any of them.
All of them?
Like the 3D Legend of Zeldas.
Okay. So my wife has been playing the crap out of Breath of the Wild.
Dude,
and it's really fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I listed Sail originally as action adventure. Because that's how much I know about game genres.
Sorry, I just saw the comment that says the sequel is to be released next year. It's called It Takes Three. Me, my wife, and my divorce lawyer.
That's funny. That's funny. That's good. Good one. Zachary's so fine. I don't know how to say that. If you get shouted out in this podcast, your name is going to be butchered. I'm sorry.
Okay, action adventure.
Action adventure.
For me, it's a favorite or mainstay. I don't know what you think about it though.
Is action adventure God of War?
Yeah, I would say that.
Like God of War, would like Hogwarts Legacy be considered that? Because I do like those games.
Hogwarts Legacy, I don't really know if that is action adventure. Let me check. If there's like an open world.
It is super open world. Legend of Zelda, Uncharted, Assassin's Creed. Yeah, you know, I would definitely put these in like favorites at least. Tomb Raider, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Batman Arkham. Yeah. I'll put it in a mainstay because of this alone. Batman Arkham. That alone for me puts it into mainstay.
Gotcha.
Love that game.
So now we have action RPG.
Action RPG.
So think of like Monster Hunter.
Samples. Action RPG.
Monster Hunter is probably a good one.
Dark Souls, it's saying? Elden Ring, Diablo, Cyberpunk.
That's probably it's probably what that was based off of. So like with an action RPG, you have skill trees that you kind of build out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Skill trees are fascinating to me. That's something I would love to like be a good enough game designer to actually do well.
Build out.
Is GTA Darth Shadow Warheels is saying that GTA Online is considered this? That kind of makes sense. Maybe.
Yeah, I think once you start getting in like skill trees and different expression on how you want to play the character and like how you can adapt a character to be more like what you want it to be. So like Cyberpunk is a really good example of it. You can kind of build different ways. I think probably Borderlands is probably an action RPG in some ways, but it's like a gun action RPG. Because you have like skill expressions, first person action RPG.
That's interesting. I don't mind those. My problem is like for me personally, if the so we call it TTF, time to fun.
Yeah.
Right? If like the time to fun isn't like instantaneous for me, I feel like my coconut brain is just like no, thank you.
Yeah.
You know.
I get that. I think a lot of games are just too big. It's like Skyrim. Even Skyrim, I used to love Skyrim when it came out. And now that I've gotten older and have played more video games, like Skyrim itself just takes ever for me to get into when I jump into it. Takes a while to get it built up.
Yeah, like I feel like for a while there, Call of Duty was kind of felt like they were pushing in this direction where they're like trying to make it so it's like more and more like this. There's actually a lot of skill tree stuff in the new zombies mode, but because it's like Call of Duty, my monkey brain can handle it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would probably put these in like a meh category personally, just because like the time, the investment it takes to like actually have a good time in these games is so insane. I don't know.
Yeah. I think they're, for me, a go-to depending on the game. I think they're really good ones. I really do think there are some amazing.
Well, there's good ones in all these categories,
action
right?
RPG.
Like,
yeah, but just in general.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say
meh.
Kind of a medium part, like medium mid-road. Now, action, I don't really understand the difference between action adventure and just action. Maybe chat GPT that guy.
Let's see. Action versus action adventure games. All right. ChatGPT says pay for a higher subscription. Gosh dang it.
You ran out of prompts for the day?
No, it's fine. It's just loading. Okay, so it says focus and depth action games are primarily focused on combat, reflexes, and precision.
Okay.
So this is like Street Fighter, hack and slash games like the Devil May Cry and Doom, whereas action adventure games include elements with adventure mechanics like exploring, puzzle solving, story driven. So I feel like a good example would be like Doom as opposed to Uncharted.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the best example. See, these are the kinds of things that like I covet. I love action games.
Yeah.
Instantaneous pleasure to my brain cells. That's what I'm all about.
I do enjoy action games. I think I enjoy action adventure a little more because I do enjoy like the puzzle solving and like problem solving of an action adventure.
I can see that. But as far as like where to put it on a tier, like these are probably one of my go-tos. Like I'm a go-to action guy.
You would say go-to or favorite?
Probably not favorite.
Okay.
Although it is telling me that action games are Call of Duty, so that's all I play.
We'll leave that for FPS.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta save FPS for mainstay, the only game Garrett plays. All right. Next,
artillery games.
Artillery games. Is this like tanks?
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining.
Okay.
I think they're meh.
It's an interesting genre when done right. The two games that are coming to my mind is like that tanks game that you can play and that archery game that you can play on your phone. I really like those games. They're fun, but I feel like there's not much to it. Max Jax, if you're just joining us, we are tier listing game genres. So join in. Feel free to give us the stuff. Berg is saying that Doom is an FPS game. That's probably why I love it so much.
Yeah, I think it's hard. Some of these genres are going to bleed together. I'm not going to lie.
That's but that's how video game development is. It's like if you create a new genre, you're usually like slipping something into a unique space because you combined something together. You know. Anyhow.
Well, I mean, if we see. And I mean, I have to scroll a little bit because I got this freaking ad just chilling right here.
Dude, just install the extension ad blocker.
How do I do it? Can I do
it? Are you on Chrome? Oh, you're on Safari? Yeah, there's a Safari. Go to the Safari extensions and add an ad blocker and then reload the page.
How do I do? I'm on Chrome. What is it?
Chrome. You just go to the Chrome extension store and do like ad blocker plus is what I think it is. Ad block, just ADBLOCK. Blocks ads across the web. Reload the page and it'll be gone.
Chrome Web Store.
Max Jax is wondering where we put mascot horror. What on earth is mascot horror?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Gosh dang it. My chat. What is your obsession with Five Nights at Freddy's chat? Calm down. He's just Freddy Fazbear.
All right, let's see if this works. Do we have ad block? Oh my gosh.
See,
my world has changed.
Genius. Oh, look at that chat. No more.
We're clean.
No more ASU, Dad.
That's live problem solving right there.
Ayo. All right, sick.
Oh. Okay, so we have next is Auto Battler.
The cuss is Auto Battler.
So with Auto Battler, we have What's
Just
up,
like
Jake M9? We have games that fight themselves. So like the Bazaar is one that I'm playing right now, where you kind of set all the pieces out there and then you hit go, and then everything happens, and you don't really control anything. You control the setup of the game, but then you press play and the game plays itself.
so
So
is this
like
with this
TFT in League of Legends is a good one. Epic, what is it? Epic something pets is a big Epic monster pets or
Super Auto Pets?
Super Auto Pets. Yeah, there you go. Super Auto Pets.
Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, Soul Arena, Minion Masters.
Yep.
Okay, interesting. Never played.
It's like a strategy game, I would say, is probably the best way.
It's like auto chess is what it's telling me. It's like
Yeah,
another
yeah,
name
yeah.
for his auto chess.
Yeah, like
Subgenre
Dota.
strategy games. Yeah, Dota,
I think they're fun. I think they're very easy to play, very
Pokemon
casual.
Unite,
Um,
MOBAs.
yeah, Accurate Battle Simulator. That one's a funny one if you haven't seen
Oh,
that.
yeah, I've seen that one. That's actually one I wouldn't mind
So
trying.
funny. It's hilarious.
Again, this is one of those genres where it's like it's an interesting concept, but I don't feel like this is one of those games that you can put like years into. You know, it's like kind of like funny stuff.
People do though. That's the
I know
thing.
that's what's crazy. Like, I mean, I see
The
totally
thing
accurate
that's
battle
fun
simulator all the
about
time.
the thing that's fun about the one that I play, so the Bazaar, is it's multiplayer.
Okay.
So, but it's asynchronous multiplayer, right? So you have your setup at a specific level. The way it works is like you go in, draft different things, put them on your board, and then when it's time to do combat with somebody else, it's a capture of where they were at the same stage as you.
Interesting.
So it has everything, and you only play against somebody once. So like if somebody plays against my capture, then nobody will ever play against it ever again. So it is true multiplayer where you're only battling somebody once, but it's just asynchronous, so we don't have to be playing at the same exact time. That way you can go at your own pace, and it's really cool the way they designed it.
Oh, that's cool. I'm just dying at chat right now because Scrambled Gamer is asking, does Mario count as a Christian game? To which Zachary replies, Mario sends Goombas to God, so yes, it is indeed a Christian game.
I saw that Christian. I don't know what the fuss that one is. I'm imagining like
That's gonna be like the Bible sim and like there's like the Jesus simulator and stuff like that. I'm guessing it's just got Christian themes to it. I'm assuming.
okay.
Assuming again.
We'll just put that in. Never played.
What? All right, Auto Battler is. I feel like it's a meh for me.
I play them a lot, but I would say meh too.
It's still meh.
It's like a casual game.
Yeah. Oh, Battle Royale.
Yes, sadly.
I think Battle Royale is one of the best game mechanics ever created. Actually, it is perfect in a lot of ways.
I feel like it's ruined video gaming. We have very
What?
differing opinions on Battle Royales.
See, in my opinion, again, my whole thing is like I want a dopamine injected into my brain as quickly as possible. And the way that a battle royale works is like dopamine all the way, which is why it's so addictive and why there's so many of them. But again, just like the mechanic of you loot up, you get what you get, and the exploration of it combines so many different genres. And then the idea of like a shrinking circle that pressures gameplay. Like that is one of the hardest things to do in like game design is create like the bottlenecks of gameplay.
Yeah.
And by creating the ever shrinking circle, they created one of the most just easy to use. It knows my intensity about this. I don't know. It really is genius. I remember when Hunger Games came out, this is the funny thing is like I've been game designing games before I realized it, but when Hunger Games came out, the book, I remember thinking like, how would this work as a video game? Because that'd be freaking fun.
Yeah.
And they did it like literally a couple of years later. Fortnite came out, but I think it's a fantastic game. This is what I play all the time. Like I play Warzone like crazy right now. I don't play Fortnite.
Fortnite.
I did play Apex for a long time. I was really into Apex Legends. I think it's a great game mode. For me, I'd put it in a go-to.
I hate them. Like I said, I feel like they have ruined video games in a lot of different ways. Now, my opinions aside, I would say they are a mainstay video game. I feel like it is a genre video game.
It like I mean, you are right. If like ruined is one way to put it, but it has definitely changed the game like industry as a whole.
Yeah.
Because with Battle Royale came a lot of like live service game stuff, came a lot of like
Yeah.
different things that have very much shifted the mentality of gamers in a big top. But
to me, it's like an instant gratification thing where people aren't willing to try slower games anymore and play like single player games like we've talked about.
this is true.
It has ruined like the gaming ecosystem in my head. Free to play, cosmetic driven, like that is Battle Royale. And I hate that that is the main state of video games. So, but it is an important genre. And I think that people haven't explored the battle royale genre enough. I think there are other things that you can do to integrate into battle royales. So
Dang, chat is roasting us for putting a whole religion into meh. Oops. Don't worry, guys. Yeah, battle royale, like because for its faults, I can agree that it definitely has taken away a lot of those like slower games, but man, oh man, is it a good time when you get that dopamine hit of winning?
Yeah. I mean, I played Fork Knife when it first came out, right? I
We're
won
all
a couple times.
We did the Apex of Legends. We did. I don't know. I feel like I've done basically all of them. I am a big proponent of Halo releasing a battle royale. I know a lot
I
of
agree.
people
That'd be
on
dope.
this. I think it would be sick. I think
I would never play it, but I think it'd be dope.
I would probably play the crap out of it. I feel bad. I have been debating on making a video on how I would save Halo because I have lots of thoughts on that.
Yeah.
But anyway, TBD. All right. Sale battle royale would be pretty sick.
That would be dope.
It's something we consider. So this hydrate thing, if you don't know, Declan, on my Twitch channel, people can earn what's called bread pieces by engaging in chat, and then they can cash them in for certain things. And one of them is hydrate, where I have to take a swig when people ask for it. So
you've been hydrating enough?
No. I'm gonna need to refill this soon. It's gonna be bad. Just keep fake swigging.
Like a politician.
No politics here.
All right, beat 'em ups.
Beat 'em ups.
They're old school, man.
Freak is that?
I haven't really seen a modern day beat 'em up.
I wonder why. Let's see. Beat 'em up example.
I feel like it's an older genre. Do you remember? Did you ever go to the arcade and play the Simpsons game where you could play?
Oh yeah.
That's a beat 'em up.
Okay.
There's
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I played the crap out of that.
Oh, I think there's a modern
Scott Pilgrim versus
Ninja
World
Turtles that
game.
just came out.
There's a lot of like the arcade game stuff where it's like
yeah,
it's like the street and like stuff.
The side scrolling.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, one of my favorite VR games is a beat 'em up.
Really?
Path of the Warrior is so much fun. I don't know if you've ever played that. It is an awesome stylized beat 'em up type game. If you haven't, you should play it on stream. I think it's a fantastic game. It takes like that whole beat 'em up genre and just really expands on the idea of it in VR. It's way fun.
I actually have a arcade machine coming to me.
Sick.
That I'm gonna be doing a sponsored post on.
Dope.
They reached out and it's actually pretty cool looking. I'll have to let you guys know what I think about it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
It supposedly uses a VR headset and you combine it with this arcade machine to play like classic games and a couple of like modern takes on it. So
that's cool.
I might have some more to say about beat 'em ups here soon.
Yeah, I'll put that in the meh.
All right, meh.
The tier list. So we found this tier list, right?
Yeah.
I think they're fun. I don't think they're like bad. I just wouldn't play them all the time.
Yeah, this is kind of the games where it's like neither here nor there on them. We don't hate them, but we're not gonna be. There's not what you're gonna see me. Doing.
Business Sims.
Business Sims. Oh my gosh, I got addicted to one of these recently.
Power Washer, right?
Is that what this is?
Oh, that's what I would think.
I thought these are the resource management ones where it's like the hotel sim where it's like, if you get enough cash, you get an extra employee and stuff. I actually really like these games.
I do too.
Super fun idle games.
I've been ripping packs still. I got back on and started my card game store again.
Oh yeah, you were on this.
I was on the grind, dude. I was freaking working like a dog in Card Simulator more than I was in real life. I was making so much money. It's
That
so
reminds me
good.
of a TikTok I saw today where someone was like, it's like 8 hours a day to provide food for my family, 8 years of my life to get a degree to be able to provide for my family. And it's like 8 hours a day gaming to get better, cool looking gun skins. No problem. Yeah, I actually really like these. They're very addictive. There's something about that like resource management, slow
Yeah.
upgrade stuff. It's pretty bad. But they're kind of one of my go-tos, not gonna lie.
Go-to?
I'll
Heck yeah,
probably put
dude.
them in a
Idle
go-to.
game. That's a great pooping game.
It's a
If
great
anybody's
pooping
pooping.
game. Call it the TikTok sending throne.
Casino.
I don't play much of like card games and stuff.
I grew up playing and losing money to my grandparents playing poker. So
Yeah, I
I'm a
played poker
huge.
like a grand total of like 3 times in my life.
I like them, but it has to be with the right group of people.
Yeah, they're man. I
Heck
know the
yeah,
guy
Gamba.
gambling.
Gamba.
Yeah, I actually know the guy really well who runs poker VR. So
Yeah.
it's like so we talk a lot and it's really interesting talking to him about it because he was just like he was in the industry really early for VR and he made
Yeah.
poker VR and he just basically makes a ton of money off of poker VR.
That's so dope.
But they have the coolest mechanics. One of the things he does that I really want to figure out how to implement is they do these tournaments
Mhm.
where it's like, there's all these tables and it's basically, like,
A real
last person
poker event.
standing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it
That's
goes to like, smaller and smaller tables until it is the grand prize. And they do like a whole stream around it and stuff. It's so cool. Freaking crazy.
poker is the original battle royale.
Yeah, it really is. But
So.
yeah, I'll put it in May.
Okay.
What's next?
Cinematic platformer. No fucking clue.
No idea. Yeah, next.
Collectathon.
The freak is that? Meh.
Collectible card games.
You probably want to put this in the mainstay, don't you?
No, I don't.
Really?
I enjoy card games. To me, that is the thing that kind of created loot boxes. And to me,
you're
it's one of the
totally right.
things that kind of
That's another thing that's like ruined games.
has ruined games. I like card games. I enjoy some of them. I honestly, now that we have like the auto battler, I think I might move that up. I would put
I
card
could do that.
collecting down.
Yeah.
Because,
Alright.
like, I don't know, collectible card games just have, like, that is the original loot box. You buy a pack.
It is.
Hopefully you got what you wanted. If not,
Yeah.
now the one card game that I do love is
One?
Legends of Runeterra.
Oh.
It's a League of Legends one. They don't have card packs though. You can literally just buy the card that you want, right? So if you're gonna spend
Oh, that's
money,
nice.
you should just get what you want. That's their motto. So they give you what you want. But it's easy to do free to play as well, so you don't really even have to spend money.
Ooh,
Dude.
Liar's Bar.
Is that the one where you have the gun?
Yeah, it's
Oh, dude,
like
that one looks so
roulette,
fun.
but you're also playing like what is it, 21 or something?
Yeah.
No, it's
No,
spades.
it's BS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one looks pretty fun. I played BS a lot with like my family growing up.
Yeah.
That's a classic one. But
I like that one. Looks fun. And you have the dice game too.
yeah, Liar's Dice is great. That's one we actually want to put into sale. It's some kind of form of Liar's Dice.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Collectible card games are hard because you're definitely right. It's like borderline gambling because it's like you don't know what you're gonna get, but if you do get it,
Yeah.
if
you're gonna have I think that's why for me casino's higher. If you're gonna gamble, just let people gamble.
Yeah.
Don't hide it and pretend like you're not getting little kids.
Dude, but like that's the thing. Freaking game companies know that like the closer they are to like an addictive substance, the better it is.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's like 90% of Ubisoft and EA's downfall is they try too hard with that.
Your chat wants gambling in sale.
Oh, no, no, guys, no. Turn my Oh no, Pokemon cards are a great investment.
I do agree. Like, there's some utility in collecting cards. I think video game though. Well, okay.
I don't know. We talked about that Ubisoft game where it's like NFT card collection,
Yeah.
and it's like,
well, that one's like a 40K is what I would compare that one to. Like
more like
the figurines.
I don't know, dude.
I'm
I'm not about it.
there was an old card game. Like when card games were just card games and you could kind of play however you wanted, it was different. I remember
Yeah.
playing on the Game Boy Advance. There was a Yu-Gi-Oh game that was so much fun. It was just a card game, right?
Yeah.
You just played a card game. I like deck builders. I feel like those aren't as loot boxy, but yeah, just collectible card games. I feel like they aren't
Yeah.
super good. I think deck builders are in here. So yeah, roguelike deck builder. We can talk about that. We should speed it up though. We're going in.
We gotta go rapid fire.
Okay, computer RPG, text-based RPG.
I find those that's like Zork and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Those are fascinating to me, mostly from like a developer standpoint, where I think of
Yeah.
all the fetching if statements they had to create to get that thing working.
I like computer RPGs as well.
I could put that in go to. I think those are pretty cool.
Go-to.
Yeah.
I don't play them a lot, but
I don't, but I respect them. I respect the crap out of them.
Construction and management simulations.
It's
like Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I used to play these, but I feel like now they're kind of meh for me.
Meh. Dating sims.
Never played. You like that? What?
I hate them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I have played them.
Okay.
There are some good ones.
Colonel Sanders dating sim.
No.
There's a KFC dating sim, dude. It's crazy.
That's so funny. That was a really good one. What's it called? Persona 5 is kind of a dating sim. But it's also like a combat game, so
people think I'm lying and never played dating sims. Check my Steam history. It's on there.
Deck building.
These are the ones I know you like. I'm not
enjoy
very acquainted with them. I find the idea fascinating. I think
so you have like a list of cards that you can pull from.
Right.
So you're not like buying packs and stuff, but you're building them as you go. So like you have a core set of like 10 cards, and then when you do something, you get another card, and you're kind of building the deck as you go.
What's the one called? Magic the Gathering?
No. Magic the Gathering would be a collectible card game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's I do enjoy like the fascinating idea of it. But
yeah. Digital Pet. I played Nintendogs growing up, dude. I love that game.
Wait, is this like Tamagotchi? Because I played a lot of Tamagotchis, dude. put that sucker in favorite, man.
Nintendogs was pretty dope.
I actually have an interesting VR game it's like a mix of a pet simulator with like maybe whatever the Roller Coaster Tycoon was.
Okay.
But it's dragons. Just
Whoa,
that's all you get, chat. That's all you get.
It's never played. Christian is never played. Not meh.
It's not meh. We just haven't played it, guys.
We agree gambling is far better than religion. No, that's not how the tier list works. That's not how this works.
We just haven't played it. We can't say anything about it because we just don't know anything about it. We're sorry. No disrespect to our good brother Jesus.
Doom clones.
Oh, so this is like Doom shooters?
Yeah.
What's considered a Doom clone? Just super gory FPSs, basically? Like,
yeah. Let me think of one. There was another one, Bad Sam or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it's called. But yeah, like just like
what is it called? Duke Nukem?
Duke Nukem, yeah.
Yeah. There's a book if you go in Doom, there's a little library, and in it they have a book that's titled Dork Norkum, Why I Suck. Like, I love game developers, man.
Dork Norkum.
Why I suck.
I think Doom clones are fun.
They're cool.
They're meh.
I put it in meh just because I feel like it's like, again, this is kind of the same thing the issue I have with like Gorilla Tag clones. It's like you're not doing anything new. Different.
You're reskinning it.
Yeah, you're just reskinning it. Like, come on.
Now, edutainment. I highly respect this genre.
I watched a whole Markiplier's they're Distractable. They did a whole edutainment episode. It was really funny. It's a good one. Yeah. Go watch it. But yeah, these are the hardest games to make, but if they slap, they slap.
Is it like Oregon Trail? Would that be like one?
Oregon Trail is kind of one. There's like edutainment things in it, but it's not like 100%. Like I'm trying to think. These are like what's the game called? These are like the math games you would play where you had to do like equations and it would advance and stuff. Like stuff like that.
Again, they're not ones that I would play, but I respect the heck out of them. When I was younger, I loved them. There was one that was like Cyberspace. They had a Cyberspace PC game that I had on a disc when I was a kid.
Yep, dude. I love those. I grew up on, I can't remember what it was called, but like I still, there's like jingles and stuff from them that I still remember. That's just crazy. Like, 26 years later, I'm remembering the jingles and stuff from these games I played on a Windows 1 or whatever it was. Nuts. I respect the crap out of these. At very least, I feel like we have to put them in meh. It's definitely not a go-to, but
Meh. Yeah.
it's a meh.
Endless
I respect.
Runners. I just made one. Another great toilet game.
Another great one. I feel like it's a good go-to. We made Self-Aid Arcade has one of my. We made an Endless Runner in VR that I actually want to remake again because it was so fun. I made a game in Self-Aid Arcade. It was called Tsunami Runner, and you had to physically run and jump away from a tsunami down a street. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun building that game. I like those.
Zachary is right. Nintendo Brain Academy. So much fun. Love that game.
Oh, those are there's
There's
so
not
many
enough
good
of those.
ones.
Honestly, not enough of those.
They're hard to get like funding for. I feel like it's a
Yeah.
big thing. They're not big like return on investment things. I feel like you have to almost do them as a nonprofit these days.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is.
Falling Sand.
What
Don't
the-
know.
No
Never
idea.
heard of
Yeah.
it. Fighting game.
Fighting game? I like fighting games.
Hate them.
What?
Again, Soul Calibur is fun. To me, I'm not good enough at fighting games.
It is a
And
combo
it's a
game.
very surface level. Like you have to get really good at them. I feel like to really enjoy them.
I put a lot of time. Like I said, I put a lot of time into Injustice. So like I was good at it. But again, I played the mobile version. I don't know if I would be actually good at like
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, but I could see myself getting pretty addicted to those.
I liked Soul Calibur and actually Marvel vs. Capcom I had on my PS Vita. When I was in high school, I would take it to school and play Marvel vs. Capcom 3 in class.
Would fighter games, would Smash Bros. Melee, would that be considered a fighter game?
It's called a platform fighter. I don't know if that's a genre in here. Platform fighter. Yep. Platform fighter.
I'll say platform. That's a go-to for me. I still play Smash Bros, dude. I love that. I need to play that on stream sometime. That'd be a great one to play on stream.
Yeah. FPS adventure or first-person adventure.
First-person adventure. I'm guessing these are games like The Forest and stuff like that.
That'd be probably first-person horror.
Yeah.
I think adventure. It's like the adventure genre.
Yeah.
We just have it as like Legend of Zelda's third person.
I actually don't love. I'm trying. There's games that are coming to my mind that I'm like, I don't love that. Would Stalker be considered first person? I guess it's kind of more horror. I don't know.
Yeah. So I mean, we had third person just adventure games in there. I feel like this one, it's kind of redundant.
Is this like Sea of Thieves? Because I love Sea of Thieves.
Obviously. Do you see your own model?
What's that?
Sea of Thieves. Do you see your own 3D model?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like from a back perspective, or is it a first person?
It's first person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't see it third person unless you're emoting.
I think Sea of Thieves probably is a first person.
Yeah, I would probably say these are definitely a go-to for me at least. Yeah.
Now, first person dungeon crawl. I love dungeon crawls.
These are ones I've never really played.
So dungeon crawl is like when you're somewhere that like there's just tons of hordes of enemies that pop out.
Oh, gotcha.
You kind of like go deeper into the world and tons of enemies come and you're just kind of slocking through like tons and tons and tons of people. Like probably Space Marines, I'd say, is probably a good version, like a first person shooter dungeon crawl type thing.
I didn't mind that. It gets
boring.
It gets boring after a while. There's only so much you can do when you're just hacking and slashing stuff.
Yeah.
But
I'd say meh.
Yeah, meh.
First person horror.
I do not play horror. I hate horror games.
I think if you're gonna play horror, first person is the way to go.
I agree. I think third person. We were talking. Someone on one of our previous episodes was asking about like a horror platformor, and I'm just be so curious to know if you could pull that off because the first person gives you so much to work with horror wise. So yeah, I can give it a go too. Out of respect.
Flight sim. You did a flight sim recently,
I
right?
did do a flight sim. It was a lot of fun. Those are very addicting. It's not a very like. Again, it's a simulator, so there's not really much to it. Like you're just trying to do what you can't do in real life. So I'd either put it. I'd probably put it in meh, just because there's not much to it, but they are fun. I enjoyed Lethal VR.
For sure.
Played the crap out of that the other day on stream. Good fun, but yeah.
First person shooter.
It's gotta go to the top, baby. Now. That's all I play. That's all I do.
Full motion video.
No idea what that is.
Yeah, it's a very niche genre.
Full motion video. I feel like that's
God game.
Ooh, God games are kind of fun. These are. Would this be considered a Spore? Did you ever play Spore?
Yeah. I would say
I played the crap out of Spore. That was kind of a God game.
High Night Blaze. People are outraged that we didn't shout him out.
Oh, it's Night Blaze. Well, actually, it's Night Blase. 818. Hello, Night Blase. Welcome to chat. Blase.
Government simulation.
I got nothing to do with government, dude. No, thank you. I don't want to simulate that crap. No, thank you.
Graphic adventure.
To
me, that's like an escape room game.
Okay. Meh. The meh category is getting real high.
Yeah. Hack and slash.
Hacking? Huh?
Like Diablo. Or not Diablo. Devil May Cry.
I've never played that.
I would say your Batman game is a 3D hack and slash. I'd say Arkham Asylum is a hack and slash.
Okay. Really? Because Arkham, well, I guess Arkham Asylum isn't as an open world. It was saying earlier that it's like an action adventure because it's like bigger, but
it's probably both. It can be an action adventure hack and slash. It's the kind of combat that you have.
It's just that like kind of mob based combat where you just yeah.
Like the ones where you win style points and stuff. That's what Devil May Cry is.
Like, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could give that a go too. I can get that. I play those sometimes. It's fine.
Yeah. Hero shooter.
Oh, is that hero shooter?
Yeah, that's like your CS:GO. It's like
TF2.
TF2.
What's it called? Overwatch.
Yep.
Oh man, dude.
I just found out one of my best friends came here the other day. And he's like, he told me he was in the top tier of ranking for Overwatch. And I also just found out what was that?
Overwatch 2?
I mean, it's the exact same thing. Let's not
bringing back an Overwatch classic, dude. It's like
Blizzard has zero ideas about video games anymore, dude. Overwatch 2 is Overwatch classic. I don't know what they're trying to do with. Who are they trying to fool with that? Like that is ridiculous.
Investors, that's all. Stock shareholders.
Hero shooters, I think, are a go-to, like a Valorant type thing as well.
This is one of the ones that they have tried doing several times in VR, but have not nailed. I have yet to see someone get it right. It's surprising to me.
I would say, what is it? The Battle Royale. Apex Legends is a hero shooter Battle Royale.
Right. I think that's a great mix of genres. I think that was clever. There's a game in VR right now. It's called Atlas Endgames, and it's basically Apex Legends in VR. It's kind of a fun one. There's also one called X8 that I tried out. I just felt like they didn't do the mechanics well enough to make it make sense in fast-paced combat. Yeah. It's hard. It's very hard. But
man, we still got a lot. Holy shiz.
Yeah, go.
All right, speed ranking. Hunting simulation.
Meh.
Meh.
I do want to make one of those for VR someday. What's the next one?
Immersive sim.
What does that mean? Is that like life? Is like Second Life? I've never played them.
Yeah. It has. Yeah, Second Life.
Yeah.
Okay. Incremental or clicker games where you just.
I hate those. I hate those games. They're so dumb.
Kart racing.
Mario Kart, dude. I freaking love Mario Kart. Put that in favorite.
I feel like, favorite.
That might even be mainstay because of how
I think it might be
monumental Mario Kart is, dude.
Life sim, so Sims.
I don't like them. Meh. Yeah.
Light gun, not an idea what that is.
No idea what that is.
Looter shooter. I like looter shooters.
I do
Borderlands.
Like yeah. I might put that go-to or favorites. Yeah.
Maze games like Pac-Man.
Meh.
I don't really know any other games like that.
Like meh.
Medical simulation.
Meh.
There's some goofy ones in
There's
VR.
some funny ones, but it's like, again, it's kind of one of those like, yeah, I'll play it every once in a while, but it's not like, I don't know. It's just kind of a wonky way of doing a sim, basically. I don't know. Meh.
Racing should be fave. Kart racing, Elite Meme God, or just regular racing. We'll get there. Medical simulation.
I'll put it in
You said
meh.
meh. Metroidvanias.
Yeah, you love these. We'll put them as at least a go-to.
Meh, favorite.
All right, fine.
MMO FPS.
MMO FPS, I feel like, isn't a true MMO FPS yet.
Destiny.
Destiny's like, even still, I guess when I picture MMO FPS, I'm picturing something like BattleBit, where it's like 128 players via 128 players.
Yeah,
It's crazy. If you ever tried that
they
game,
have.
it's fantastic.
There's the one that what's the name? Amazon Studios made.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it is an FPS, like you're using, but it's bows and arrows and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'd say meh.
Yeah, I'm fine with meh.
MMORPG.
Yeah, I've never been into the RPG stuff. Again, it's kind of that like, I'm not into the super investment game, so I put it in meh.
I think it's
Yeah.
meh because I hate grinding them.
Yeah, grind games I'm just not all about.
MMORTS.
Another meh.
I've
never even played it, I don't think, actually.
I just don't like RTS.
Okay.
MOBA. No.
You like MOBA? Oh, this is
That's League of Legos.
Legos. All right, whatever. I've never played it, so I'll let you rank it.
Mobile.
Mobile games. It's mainstay. It's all we do these days, baby.
Multi-user dungeon.
Oh, that's like, those are. I've never actually played one, but they're kind of fine. They're interesting.
Party fighter.
No idea.
I don't know what the difference is between that and like a
fighter game, shooter game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Party.
I love party games, dude.
Okay, party game and party fighter. So it's probably like a combination of the party game idea, but with fighters.
It's probably like party games, but with like what the old Mario Party used to be.
Yeah.
It's like you'd like face off, but I'm just gonna put party games in favorite. I love party games. It's always fun.
Photography.
Never played.
You didn't play Pokemon Snap, dude? That's a classic.
I haven't played Pokemon, period. I've literally only played Pokemon Go.
Garett the gamer. Okay, whatever.
Garett the FPS gamer.
I think it's fun. It's a good one.
Platformer. They're cool, I guess.
I think if we're gonna put any platformer in mainstay, it'd probably just be the overarching category itself.
Yeah.
Platformer fighter.
That's like Smash Bros. I love that.
Yeah,
gotta get that up there.
There's actually, have you seen the new one? It's not Smash, but it's a Smash type game.
Yeah, the one that's from like Warner Brother Games. It's got like Rick Sanchez in it. What's it called?
No. That one tanked. There's a new one. Oh yeah, dude, that game is so dead.
Aw, man.
They tried to redo it like twice and it just never worked out.
That's a bummer.
Let me find it right here. It's called. So do you know who Ludwig is?
Why does that sound familiar?
He's a streamer.
Ludwig. Yeah, I know Ludwig. Not personally, but I know of him.
He started a publishing studio, I believe.
Okay.
Called Off Brand.
Okay.
And they are publishing a platform fighter called Rivals of Aether.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be like one of the best platform fighters that's ever come out.
It's it. Like if you get that formula right, like again, like me in high school, we literally. So I was in student council in high school, student government, and there was a whole room dedicated to us, and we literally took a corner and like curtained it off, added in couches, and bought 2 GameCubes and played Smash Bros. Every day at lunch. We had tournaments. We had a ranking system. It's amazing. You get that game right. It is so fun, so addictive, such a good like. That's great.
It's one of the best social games. I played a ton of Smash Bros. Ultimate when it came out. I played it competitively online a lot. In Provo, there's that gaming place where you can go in and play. LAN parties. LAN King is what it's called.
Yeah, great spot.
Point and click adventure.
I don't know if I've played any of these.
So these are like you have a scene in front of you, and you can just click on different things. And if you click on something that's important, you can put it in your backpack.
Meh.
An older genre of video game. Yeah,
Meh.
I don't see too many of them anymore. Psychological horror.
Nope. I hate them.
I'd say meh.
I hate them.
Garrett hates them.
I hate them.
Puzzle platformer. Those are fun.
Those are clever. I'm put meh. Meh or got to meh.
Puzzle.
Meh. Meh.
Meh.
Meh.
Racing.
I'll put in meh. I recently bought a VR racing rig.
Okay.
And that's been a lot of fun just because I know how to drive stick. That's kind of a
That's pretty dope.
And I bought a stick shift racing setup, and I've been trying to find a VR racing game that will let me like race with the shifter. That actually makes sense. So if anyone's got any suggestions on that, chat, let me know.
RTS.
Real-time strategy. Those are fun, dude, and those are cool. Like that's a cool genre.
RTS.
Oh, I'm not good at them at all. Like that type of multitasking, I'm just not good at. I get wrecked anytime I play a PvP version of that, but they're cool.
I understand why people like them, but I just have never enjoyed RTS games, except for Heroes Might and Magic. But even that's not really RTS to the same level. No, that's probably more RTT.
Probably.
So RTS is with resources, and RTT is without resources.
There's something about resource management that I really enjoy. There's a VR game I want to jump into because it's kind of a resource game mixed with survival. I'm gonna try it out. It's called Strayed.
Okay.
There's also one from Combat Waffle Studios coming out. It's called Rust.
Okay.
No, that's the flat screen version. This one's called. Fetch. What is it called? It's on Mars. It looks cool. Anyway.
Okay. Huh. We have rhythm games.
Oh my gosh, dude. Rhythm games are fun. And in VR, they like take on another like genre. I would maybe put these in Go 2 per chance.
Go 2. I think they're favorites, honestly.
Yeah.
I
good
every
rhythm
time I
games
think of like Guitar Hero, Rock Band.
Yeah, you're totally right. They definitely need to be in favorites. Rhythm games are fire.
Roguelike deck builders. I'm gonna put those in a favorite too.
Okay.
I love those.
I haven't played those. Roguelike. I love roguelikes actually.
As a developer, they're probably the most interesting game genre to me.
Yeah.
I think they're a lot of fun to play. I play a lot of them, but I just think they're such an interesting genre.
I might put that in favorites. I actually really like roguelikes. There's something about them. Like Muck is a roguelike.
Yeah.
That game is so fun, so addicting. Good job, Danny. Please come back.
Gun and Run.
No idea what that is.
I've got a good one. Let me find
Gun and Run. It's like
it's one where you kind of just like run through the entire map and you're constantly shooting. I gotta find the name of it. It's like a America game.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
yeah.
Oh, bro. Let's see. Bro Force. You can check that one out.
Okay,
it's
Bro
hilarious.
Force. All right.
Yeah. It's a run and gun game. You're just constantly shooting, but it's all based off of American action heroes.
Oh my gosh.
So you can play as like Rambro is the name of one of the characters. It's hilarious. Chat, if any of you want to play just a fun like arcade style game,
that's fun.
10 out of 10 would recommend Bro Force. It's so much fun.
Oh man, that like feels like on the same level of like Helldivers, where it's this just like over democratic, like I love it.
Yeah,
over zealot styles. Oh, that's great, fantastic. Next,
okay,
we'll put that in
Go 2.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Sandbox RPG.
Oh man,
meh.
Meh.
Sandbox
is another meh game for me.
I think they're a go-to.
Really? At least. Like, is Minecraft considered sandbox?
100%.
Like Gary's mod?
Yeah, I would say another popular one right now is Valheim.
Yeah, I need to get into Valheim. That's one I really want to play on stream.
It's a good one.
Okay, all right, well,
Go to
go to. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
scrolling shooter. I don't know what that is.
I'm not sure either. If you don't know, there's no way I know.
Social simulation.
Oh, this is like VR chat. I despise these games.
Souls likes.
Souls likes are impressive.
I think meh though.
I feel like if I get into these, I'm gonna be the guy who tries to outsmart the boss because he does 10 damage points to him. It's gonna be like, if it can bleed, it can die, and spend 10 hours trying to beat the boss instead
Dude,
of leveling up.
It's just not fun to me to try and freaking fight somebody for days on days and days. I don't know. Like if I'm stuck on a boss fight for like 6 hours, that's just not fun.
Yeah, that's why I avoid these games because I know I would be the person who like sits there and tries to beat the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space combat simulator.
These are pretty fun.
Go to.
I like those. I like space combat.
I think we should change this to just fun.
Yeah, just fun.
There we go. Space flight simulation.
That's kind of like flight sims. Those are kind of meh. You gotta have some purpose to a sim, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
When I played that flight sim on stream last week, we jumped in with this guy who made a mod that made it so you could play King of the Hill in flight simmed helicopters. It was fantastic. It was like one of the most fun things I've done in a while in virtual reality. Fantastic.
Oh, we have sports.
I'm not a big sports game person.
I'm not either.
I don't hate them, but I'm just a meh on them.
Stealth. Splinter Cell, dude. That's a good classic.
Cell. That's a good one. That's a really fun one. I might have to put those in fun.
Survival horror.
What
That's your Five Nights at Freddy.
The chat is gonna rip me apart if I say meh. So
it has Minecraft as survival, not as sandbox.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well. So I feel like survival games need to go into like top tier ish because they're just so defining of genres.
Yeah.
So
fun, you said?
Yeah, at least fun.
Okay. Tactical shooters. That'd be like CS:GO.
I love tactical shooters. Those are I love tactical shooters.
A favorite.
That's like Rainbow Six Siege and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Technical RPG.
No idea what that is.
It's like a turn-based RPG to me. I think they're fun, but they're kind of outdated in a lot of ways. Text adventures.
I can respect those, but meh.
Yeah. Third-person shooters.
Do
you like first-person or third-person better?
I like first-person better, but like I can respect third-person. Like I played a lot of Battlefront growing up, and then obviously like Helldivers is third-person, first-person mix, and I really enjoy that. Played Fortnite, so I don't feel like I'm super picky. I just like the shoot combat.
Yeah.
Run, bullet gun.
I think first person or third person has its advantages, like peeking around corners and stuff. It's interesting, like different things that third person adds in.
Yeah.
But
I've noticed Call of Duty in their new zombies mode allowed for a third person view. Okay. So I don't love that, but it's fine.
I'll put it in fun.
Yeah, I'll put it in fun. That's fine.
Time management.
I'm terrible at that in real life, so I hate them.
Tower defense.
I like tower defense games. Those are fun.
Trivia.
Ooh, trivia games. I play the crap out of Jackbox games, dude. But I also despise Jackbox games because they have the worst model.
Yeah.
I think
they're meh.
They're meh. Yeah, I'll put them in meh. Jackbox could be so much better.
Yeah. Turn-based RPG.
Those are fun. Those could be fun.
Yeah. Turn-based strategy.
Yeah, those are fun. They're fun.
I think all turn-based are pretty much
all turn-based stuff are pretty fun. Turn-based tactics, turn-based all that. That's fine.
Vehicle
simulator? Is that what it says?
Yeah.
I don't
there was a long-haul truck. You could drive a semi-truck.
I put those in meh. They're fine. There's a game coming to VR. It's called Dig VR, where you get to control like a big shovel, a big dig. What are those things called?
A big rig.
Yeah, a big rig. Looks interesting, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. Need more bullets and guns.
Visual novels.
I never played those, so whatever.
I think they're meh. There's like the Telltale Games. I don't know if you ever saw any of
Oh,
that.
I did play Telltale Games.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's like visual novel. Those are interesting, but it almost just feels like it's a at that point it's basically an interactive movie.
Yeah, exactly. You're just kind of picking
They're
options.
cool, but I don't know.
Walking simulator.
No. Need that. Oh. I actually do have an omnidirectional treadmill coming though.
Oh, dope.
To try out some VR walking sims.
Metro Awakening looks cool.
Metro Awakening.
Somebody said Jubiler. Jubiler.
Okay.
Metro Awakening. The Metro games. Have you played those?
Is that the one that just came out in VR?
Yeah.
That one looks really good.
It's like a horror FPS.
Yeah. It's freaking crazy. I watched Tabby147 play it, and it's like they did this really insane mechanic where if your hand goes out of sight, it can come back with a giant spider on it, and you have to shoot it off or smack it. It's terrifying.
That's crazy.
Okay, cool. Death Stranding is a walking simulator.
War games.
War games. What's that? What? War games?
Probably just like Call of Duty. I don't know. That's what it makes me think of.
I feel like this is more of like the stuff like Squad maybe,
okay,
or like War Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Those are fun. They're fine.
Fine.
Yeah, I'll put them in fun. I'll put it in fun.
And the last on the list is wrestling.
Wrestling games. I've never played a wrestling game, so I have no idea.
I'd say they're meh. There have been fun ones, but like the modern UFC one is such a buggy mess. It's pretty funny actually.
I feel like I've seen more memes than actual gameplay on that game.
Yeah.
So I've never personally played one. Don't really have a interest to play one, but all right. Well, there you go, chat.
Thanks for sticking with us, the 11 people that did. That was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I am not going to lie to you.
Dude, this is the problem with tier lists is they take for fetching ever.
I think this was just a lot bigger than I expected it to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of categories that I didn't even know existed. Golly Christmas.
I'm going to save it.
Post it to the Discord if you're not a part of the Discord, guys. Come join it.
Yeah, they can roast us.
Roast us for our tier decisions. Oh, wow.
Well, that was a long
so
one.
Much. Not really, but here we are.
Now the fun is when you get into genre bending games like the Plucky Squire.
That that would be a fun segment maybe to do next time. Is we should like roll a wheel that has one genre and then roll it again for a second genre, and we have to come up with a game idea in like 10 seconds that's a mix of the two genres.
That's a good idea.
That would be fun.
Chat. Okay, next week we'll do that. Next week is our big 10th episode.
Woo!
Yay. We want people to be involved next week. So we're going to try and come up with some fun game ideas on the spot. So hopefully you guys can get super involved with us and come up with some dope ideas.
It'll be fun.
Maybe let's come up with, if you guys want to put like 10 ideas. So in our Discord server, if you go to the
Garett the Gamer Discord server, there's now a Practical Reality podcast section.
Yep.
Podcast topics and whatnot. Declan, do you have permission to post to the announcement channel?
I don't.
I will give you permission.
In podcast discussions, let's talk about 10 different genres that we want to put on our wheel. And then we'll make that wheel, and then we'll come up with concepts for the podcast. Or I guess concepts in the podcast. But I'm going to write this down so that I can get it organized tomorrow.
Declan can send messages now and attach files.
You're all getting added.
Manage messages and at people. Not everyone. I'm not giving you permission to add everyone. Do not. Read message history. Create polls. I'll give you that.
Sick.
Cool. So you should be able to post to podcast announcements now. So yeah, go check it out. The Get the Gamer Discord. There's a Practical Reality podcast section where you guys can give us podcast topic ideas, discuss things further, roast us for our terrible, terrible ideas. And next week we will be back 1 p.m. Pacific time for more tech, gaming, and VR news.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Fun being with y'all. Take it easy.
Bye.
Peace.